Critical hit Punch All Nazis takes place in the early days of World War II and combines high adventure with cosmic horror. All dates, locations, and historical events are thrown out the window in order to create a fun story, so don't put too much thought into historical inaccuracies. All accents are done poorly, but with love, and no disrespect is intended. Last time
on Critical Hit.
A little tired, was woken up from my dreams by you.
Would it be possible if I had a box and that key?
Yeah.
So Dutch will probably actually just try to take it easy, get a good meal, maybe take a nap, just, try not to strain or stress out too much about it.
And sure enough, that afternoon, a massive storm rolls through England, crosses the channel and into France, and the skies are dark and stormy as you are given the go-ahead to get in the plane and take to the skies. You are all sitting in the cargo area of a smallish plane. Hey, listeners, if you're listening, I don't know anything about planes. I know that they fly and they go, and occasionally in war films, you see a side door opens and someone goes, go, 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 go. But I don't know sizes or types or any of that stuff. So if you've got something in your head that's a mid-sized plane that people can jump out of, we're not talking like a B-52 or anything like that. Because they're too busy with rock lobsters. And, picture that one in your head as the light goes on, the doors open, and a jump sergeant is like, go, go, go. And it is raining and storming, and the plane is flying over German-occupied France, and the four of you are standing ready to jump out. Why don't you all give me...
Oh God!
Why don't you all? Now this could be serious. This could be end of game right here. I will tell you.
Oh, nice.
I want you all to give me an agility plus athletics check, D2. You have 3 momentum.
Okay. Who needs
I think I'm gonna spend a fortune.
You're going to go ahead and spin a fortune. Okay.
What Brian said.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Brian, that gives us an automatic 2, right?
and Robert exactly
gives you an automatic 2, but you still have to roll one of the die.
Yeah. I'm okay. Like, a complication can happen regardless.
Correct.
Brian, you rolled incorrectly.
What's the difficulty?
D2.
Okay.
Man, I should have upped this then.
I guess I'll use a momentum.
Okay.
And I only get 1 success.
Okay, you got 1 success and you got a 19. Dutch, as you step out, the worst thing could happen. Your parachute doesn't open.
Oh no.
Something is tangled. I need you to roll me a single D20. I've got a little chart here.
Okay.
I've created consequences on failures. But I need you to roll me a single D20.
7.
Oh, all right. Okay, so explain to me how you are getting untangled with your parachute and how you get it to open.
I'm gonna say basically, there's like the line that you pull. That is just like not pulling, like it comes out halfway and then it doesn't go all the way. So Dutch is going to wrap the line around his hand and then just pull in the opposite direction, like wrench it with both hands to try to get it unstuck.
Okay. That takes a little bit of time. The ground is quickly coming up on you. The plane is trying to fly as low as possible, staying within the storm so that, no aircraft or anti-aircraft installations can shoot you down, doesn't trigger any, searchlights or anything. But by the time your parachute opens, you have drifted way, way, way off course. Who's rolling next? Or has everybody already rolled?
I will roll next.
Yeah, I would say there's
Okay.
only Matthew left.
Okay. So Rodrigo rolled 3. Brian and Rob rolled 1, and I'm concerned as to what I am rolling.
Yeah.
Well,
So the
they
reason
think
why
of
the rereason why they rolled 1 is they spent a fortune, which sets one of their dice to a 1.
Got
right.
it.
So that's why they're only rolling 1. I rolled
Yeah, that
3
gives them 2
because I
automatic
didn't
successes.
use a fortune and I spent a momentum. So if you want to do the same thing as them, you would roll 1 and basically automatically succeed. If you want to do the same thing as me, you would spend 1 momentum, roll 3, and hope for the best.
I think I'm going to go your way.
Okay.
Because why not?
So you're going to use the momentum?
Yeah.
Yes. 3 successes and a complication. If I
3
understand
successes and a complications. Yes, you also see Blisco, or you also see Dutch go out, and you see that his chute doesn't open when it's supposed to, and you hesitate, and you look at the jump sergeant, and he just looks at you and goes, "Get out the plane!" and he shoves you, and you go free fall tumbling, and you are also having some difficulty. So I need you to roll a single D20.
A single D20 all by itself.
Okay, a 2. You
That's a
also...
D2.
Oh, you need to roll a D20 then.
Yep. 18.
Oh, crap. All right. You go tumbling behind over tea kettle all the way down until you are able to straighten yourself out, get a hand onto the ripcord handle, and you give it a yank, and the parachute does open. But as the parachute does open, there's some other things that go flying out. So you have lost all of your supplies and all of your weapons, including the radio.
Or his bit of the radio.
Yeah.
Lost my pistol, lost my knife, lost the first aid kit.
Yes.
Okay.
Lost all your food.
Lost all my food. Okay. And
you're part of the radio. 1/4 of
my
the radio.
part of the radio. Oh my gosh.
The pick that you used to like get your hair to stand up the way that it does, you lost that too.
Nah, you can always just, put your hand under a water source and you'll be fine.
Yeah,
okay.
Brian and Blisco, you land right around the area that you were supposed to land, but you know that Dutch and Doc are way off course. You are going to have to spend some significant time finding your comrades.
Do we know which way they were drifting?
You kind of saw where they were drifting off to when their parachutes finally opened, but it seems to be a ways off.
Were they off? I was like, if their parachutes opened at the right time, then they saw the two of us shoot past them.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we should actually have a reasonable idea of where they ended up.
Yeah. Yeah, Rodrigo went into power lines and I fell into a woodshed.
There is probably, if you were to look at, the map of France and where you are landing near Reims, about 50 kilometers east of Reims, they drifted probably in a cone from where you were at south by south west. And so you're going to have to kind of figure out how to find them in that area. So how are you going to do that?
Is that the direction we need to head for the...
No, it is actually the opposite direction in which you need to head.
Shoot. Well,
we are better off staying here and letting them come towards us.
I suppose. We could also maybe see if we can find a vehicle to commandeer, and maybe...
That is reasonable. If we can find something in the area that can make our travel a little quicker, that's worth it. But we unfortunately are on a limited timing and probably can't afford to go the opposite direction and backtrack.
Fair enough.
So you're just going to wait for these guys to catch up and you're not going to go find them?
We're going to look in the area to see if we can find something. We're just out in completely rural area, aren't we?
Yeah. So you're a farm community. There are some villages, small villages around. Farmhouses are around, but of course it's raining and wet. So you can see lights from buildings. You could go and try and look and see what you can find.
Yeah.
We should, go see if we can find anything. We should head towards the target because that's where they would need to go.
Okay. So you kind of start walking eastward towards Rhymes. You're a good 2.5 days out from where you need to be. You come into a small village. I mean, this is like maybe a dozen buildings. And as you approach in the rain, you can see, some dogs out doing whatever dogs do in the rain. You can hear at one place must be a tavern, and you hear some kind of music coming from inside that tavern. But the one thing that you do notice hanging on every building in this small village are Nazi flags. You also, if you will roll me an observation and insight, we will see if you can find any kind of a vehicle that might be of interest to you. Okay, only one success from Blisco. Yep, go ahead and reroll.
I do 2d20.
2 successes. Yeah, so at one point you find, a truck. It's like a little tiny 2-seater truck. It probably, this area of France probably is big into cheese. And so it looks like a little dairy truck that would ferry dairy, milk or cheese to and from town, from the farm to the town. This thing looks really, really beat up. Like whoever owns this doesn't care that they've run into a couple of fence posts here and there. But it does look like a vehicle that you could attempt to steal.
Okay. Can we maybe try putting it in neutral, pushing it away so that they don't maybe hear their truck starting up, and then?
Sure. You guys need to roll me a stealth.
Okay.
Plus, let's do stealth plus agility. D2.
No way I could convince you to do stealth plus coordination, is there?
Sure. I mean, you've already got a focus too with your vehicle, so.
But he's not rolling vehicles.
Yeah, I'm rolling stealth.
Yeah, you do need to roll stealth.
Yes, that's why I was asking if I could do stealth plus coordination, so it wouldn't be abysmal.
Do you think Blisco has popped a clutch in his time?
Probably.
All right, so I'll let you use coordination.
Depends if that's a euphemism. If it is, then definitely not.
That means then if he's going to use coordination, Valentino, I think you're going to have to do brawn plus stealth because you're going to have to push.
Even worse. All right.
You got 2 successes though, right? Already.
Well, that was with
the same numbers.
Agility.
Oh, okay. All right.
Brawn would not be success on that. It'd be that'd be 2 failures.
Oh man,
those results.
Oof.
Yeah, so it takes you a little bit. The roads are muddy. You keep slipping and falling into the mud. You are covered in mud. But eventually Blisco pops out and the two of you push and you're able to get the little truck to roll enough to where Blisco can pop the clutch, and you now have in your possession a little tiny farmer dairy truck.
All right.
You are covered in muck.
Ugh.
Yes. And the cab smells like the stinkiest fromage you have ever experienced.
Cheese.
Or at least you think it's fromage. It could be fragrance of the farmer.
Armage.
Do we want to double back it all and see if we can find our cheddar heads?
Okay. Yeah, so there are some, just country roads you guys can start driving southwest to see if you can kind of find the location where they are at. Let us, Doc, you have had a hard landing in the middle of a field. It's pouring down rain.
Okay.
And you are all alone. You are way off course.
I am way, way, way off course. Okay. Can I get out of the field into, say, a wooded area or someplace where I won't be immediately?
There are some wooded areas, but again, you're dressed in clothing appropriate for this area.
Okay, so I won't necessarily stand out as something.
I mean, yes and no, but
Less so than usual.
yes, less so than usual.
I won't immediately
walking in the rain.
Scream out, "Please murder me! I am not from here."
Yeah. But yeah, you can walk around. It's it's dark and it's rainy and it's wet, and there's a after you ditch your parachute, you realize that you have lost all of your stuff. You remember seeing it tumbling into the darkness when you yanked on your ripcord. So yeah, you have just the clothes on your back and the shoes on your feet, and rain all around as you begin walking. Which direction?
Well, do I see anything that looks like a light that would indicate a farm or a settlement?
Oh, sure. You see little lights here and there. There's a farm off into one direction, but you are completely turned around.
Okay.
You would probably need to roll me a reason plus or how about survival plus reason?
Well, now you're just trying
to find your bearings. To find your bearings.
Okay.
To see if you can figure out which way is north.
Yep. We have 3 momentum.
You have 3 momentum.
I think I will try and use a momentum so that I don't get murdered or eaten by a Tyrannosaurus.
Right now, you're just trying to find your orientation.
35.
All right.
That's very bad.
You walk into a black hole and are never heard from again. All right, one success. You think you know which direction is north.
Okay.
But really you're walking more east, so you continue to walk a little bit more away from your target.
Do I have any idea that I'm walking the wrong direction, or
you totally think that you're walking in the right direction.
So I'm gleefully going the wrong way. Awesome, possum.
Yes.
And
roll me 1d20.
1d20. Remember, kids, when Steven says roll 1d20, he gonna murder you. 6.
So after about an hour, you find a crossroads and you see a sign that points to Rhymes, and you realize, oh no, I've been walking the wrong direction this entire time. This is going to set back your search party by at least 4 hours. Rodrigo, last time everyone saw you, you were plummeting to the earth at the speed of gravity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you landed also in a countryside, not too far away from a farmhouse. It is raining.
Okay. I will walk towards the farmhouse.
Okay.
If I'm not very far away from it.
Yeah, no, you're maybe like quarter mile.
Yeah.
You walk to the farmhouse, and it's a traditional French countryside farmhouse. You know, the thatched roof, the barn, the lights from the windows, the drip, 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 the sounds of geese and chickens, a pig and a moo cow.
Mm-hmm. Moovash.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in Germany they say Shazoom.
Well, they haven't gotten. The Germans haven't quite. Well, actually, they might now in this area. I will actually just try to get under the lip of the roof of the barn.
Okay, you're standing there under the roof of the barn.
Yep, and try to orient myself.
Okay, why don't you also roll me whatever I had Doc roll, a insight plus survival.
And I'll spend a momentum.
Okay.
For 0 successes.
Yeah, you're not familiar with this area of France. Nothing looks familiar to you. The rain just keeps rolling in, and now probably under your breath, you're cursing the Brigadier for making you guys go in these weather conditions. Yeah, you are just, nothing is going on. Nothing is going right for you. And then as you're kind of standing there looking out, looking to your left, looking to your right, kind of pacing back and forth under the overhang of the barn, you hear a click, click. And in French, you hear someone say, "Who are you and what are you doing here?"
I'll put my hands up and look for the voice.
Yeah, you slowly turn around and you see an old farmer dude. He's very thin. He's holding a very old gun, probably a World War I era gun, pointed your direction. He's got a big bushy mustache and big bushy eyebrows. He's balding and he's got a slicker on to keep the rain away. "I ask you again, who are you and what are you doing here?"
Hi, yes. I'm lost. I was
Bad night to be lost.
you're telling me. I was with a group, but our car
The
broke down.
Nazis?
No.
And then
We're
he says something in German, where he says, "Ha! I never liked those Nazis."
well, good. No.
He says that in German.
Which is weird. Dutch will pretend like he didn't understand that.
Okay. Do you respond to him?
Yeah, I'm
in
like,
any way?
yeah. And French will be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?"
Uh-huh. And what are you doing out here again? You got lost from your friends?
Yep. We got separated. Our vehicle broke down. I thought that we were close enough to rhyme that I could walk there, but clearly I was very, very mistaken.
And he starts laughing. Rhyme's 100 miles or 100 kilometers away.
Yep, that goes to show I probably shouldn't have been the one to wander away from the group.
Would you, if you would, roll me a, I guess, reason plus persuasion, D2?
Yeah. I will, if I can, use my
you have
subtle
a thing.
cues.
Yeah,
To basically get a die for free.
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes. Very good. He, pauses for a moment, listening to your story, and he looks at you and he looks at your clothing, and again in French, he says, "You're one of those university boys."
Yes.
I should have known you're not very smart. Come inside, get out of the rain.
Thank
He
you.
believes your story.
Okay.
Where are your friends?
They should be, so I walked and basically like the thing is like I don't even know where I am. So like they should be probably on the road to Rhyme, wherever that is. I got kind of turned around.
Okay. Well, I don't have a motor car, but I could take you by cart in the morning.
I mean, that's gonna have to do. I don't think I can get back to them tonight.
All right, very well. Would you like some cheese?
Oh yes, please.
Gives you some cheese, pours you a little bit of wine. "I'm sorry you can't stay in the house. I have a daughter. And so I'm going to have to ask you to sleep in the barn."
Oh, sure.
At that moment, "Oh, father." Beautiful French maid comes in, and she's like, "Who's our guest?" "It's none of your business. A stranger got lost in the rain." "Oh, that is too bad." And she kind of flirts at you a little bit.
Politely acknowledge that.
"He got turned around in the rain. Says he's a university boy. That shows you what university will do to you, and this is why you should stay here on the farm." "Yes, father." "Now get back to your room." Yes, good night." Boop, 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 boop. Well, You know where the barn is? There's hay in there. You can sleep on that.
All right, thank you.
Meanwhile, what are Blisco and Valentino doing?
Driving.
Yeah.
Driving? Okay.
Trying to get a good estimate of how long we can do this search before we have to turn around and go to try to catch the train.
Yeah. How about you do some reason plus academics? We'll make this a D1. You can use some of your schooling and some of your math skills to see if you can figure out kind of in a general area where you guys think they may have landed, given the speed of the plane, the speed of descent, the wind currents.
Okay.
Okay, so Brian, you got one success. You kind of have an idea that they're that way, but you're not sure. Blisco, you know a little bit more from the times that you have flown in planes. You kind of can narrow it down to within about 10 or 15 miles. If you keep going on this road, you should probably get into a general area. You guys should probably both roll me an observation plus insight, D2, to see if you can spot anybody.
Boop.
Ooh, hey.
2 successes from, who was that? Rob?
No, 2. Okay. And 2 successes from me, too.
And 2 successes from you, Brian. Okay. After about an hour, you guys traveling along, you see what looks like a figure walking in the rain, huddled in the rain. Doc, there is a car approaching. What are you going to do?
Is there any trees, any cover that I can jump behind?
Yeah, there's like tall weeds and things to the side of the road. I mean, this is countryside, so people have planted crops. There's shrubbery and stuff.
Does it have lights?
The car? Yes, of course. It's dark.
Well, I don't know. It's 1940. Have they invented light bulbs yet?
Yes, cars are
I get off to the side of the road.
Are you hiding?
Not necessarily, but I don't necessarily want to look like I'm hiding or not hiding, I guess. I think I just want to be out of the road in case, and if somebody comes along and it's a police type person or someone who might assist me.
Yeah, the vehicle pulls up, and sure enough, it is not a police officer, but it is Blisco and Valentino. They are driving a small little cheese truck.
You guys are a sight for sore eyes.
Need a lift?
Yes, sir. Did you make it down all right?
Yeah, we
And
made it
together.
Any idea the whereabouts of Dutch?
I lost sight of him. I lost all of my gear, fellas. I feel like I may be lucky to be alive.
I mean, yes, you are. Looking at my chart. Yes, you are. Just so everybody knows, on a failure with that D20, that single D20 you rolled, 1 through 8 means you're off course. That is what both you and Rodrigo have rolled.
Yeah.
On a 9 through 12, you would have been injured and stuck in a tree. The party would have to do a skills challenge to find you. A dice roll of 13 through 15, villagers are have alerted the Germans. 16 through 17, you've lost your weapons. An 18, you lost all supplies and weapons, including your radio. Your 19s, your chute doesn't open on your second attempt. You had a chance to re-roll after you tried to get out of the situation. And on a 20, your chute doesn't open and you die.
You splatter and die. Okay.
Yep.
Something tells me that someone was looking out for me. And or trying to kill me. I don't know which. But no, I didn't see which way Dutch went. Do we know which way is the right way?
Oh, yeah. Blisco and Valentino definitely know which directions. There's a little compass built into this truck.
All right. Then I'm going to climb somewhere into the cheese truck. Hang on a running
This is a pretty
board or
small. There's
thing.
there's not room for 3 people in the cab, but there is a little small area on the back of the truck.
Yep, I will climb aboard the back of the truck.
Okay.
And assess whether or not I have any life-threatening injuries.
No, you don't appear to.
Good.
The part where the jump sergeant taught you to tuck and roll when you land paid off very well in this case.
Yep.
It's really great that the 2 people that did really well on the jump are also the people that super messed up the actual jump.
Yeah. And the 2 of us who jumped really well in training.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I probably
rather
should have.
Fortunate that we did that.
Yeah, in hindsight, because I'm just kind of playing this by ear, I knew that there was this failure chart, but I really should have, as a GM, raised the difficulty for the people that had problems during the jump training and lowered the difficulty for the people that did well. So that's on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's okay, Stephen. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, you're fine. You didn't need to kill any of us.
Like getting our only successes in this session, we'll forgive you.
Yeah,
okay, thank you. Thank you.
Doc is not splattered across the French countryside.
No, you're lucky.
Yeah.
You had a 1 in 20 chance of death.
Which is kind of like, every time I go shopping in Kansas City. So,
You guys are driving southward in a little cheese truck on your way to look for a friend.
We're going to look for anything that looks like maybe a parachute being buried or something where you're like, hey,
it's going to be pretty hard in the dark and the rain to look for that. But you do see little farmhouses scattered here and there.
Mm-hmm. Do any of them look like, I don't know, Carlos houses?
I have a
French farmhouses.
I have a question which I recognize as kind of a
nope. Ask it.
Is there any chance that there is any sort of radio type technology in this barn?
Oh no, not at all.
Okay.
This guy doesn't even like smart people and is telling his daughter she needs to stay on the farm. I think technology, the fact that he has lights is probably a surprise to him.
What are those bulbs for?
In that case, I would like, if it's okay, presumably there is some sort of lantern in here.
Yeah.
Climb into the loft, open the door a little ways, and then find something like a piece of wood or something to hold or to cover the lantern, and then cover it and uncover it, and cover it and uncover it a few times.
Okay. So what would you roll for that? Probably what? Tactics plus
like tactics
reason?
Sounds right. Probably reason.
Tactics plus reason. Okay.
Well, we got some momentum back, so I'll take a momentum.
Okay. Very good.
Reason 10. So it's 11. 1 success.
You're trying. You do see what looks to be a little light, maybe some headlights of a car out there in the distance. I'm going to need one of the 3 of you to roll an insight and observation D2.
This would be
talk amongst yourselves.
Valentino.
You want Valentino to roll it? What were you saying, Matthew?
This would be Doc's speciality, unless Valentino is super, super reasonable.
Brian and I last roll was insight and observation, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So Doc, you have an insight of 10. Valentino has an insight of 12.
Oh, so yeah, he does have a better. Never mind.
And observation for both of you. Brian has definitely got a 5, and you've got a 3. So
okay. So yeah, Brian, roll that beautiful beam footage.
Okay.
You have 3 momentum.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend one. Yeah, just one. We'll see where that puts.
Hey, 2 successes. Very good. Yeah, you are almost, as the group of you have kind of decided that if you don't guys see anything in like 5 minutes, you're going to have to turn around, or you're going to be so far off course, you're probably going to miss the train schedule. But just as you are about to turn around, Valentino, you see what looks like a weird flickering at a barn about a mile down the road.
Shall we check it out?
Our worst plan.
That flickering looks like Dutch.
Well, it looks like
Now,
code, at
Valentino,
least.
Valentino, as you decode it, it says 1 if by land, 2 if by sea.
No, it says happiness I seek when we're out together dancing cheek to cheek.
Weird. Are you sure? If you don't look closely, it doesn't spell out never gonna give you up. Never
Boom. That's right,
gonna
listener.
let you down.
As it turns out, this entire chronicle has been just to rickroll you at this moment. Thank you for joining us on this game. It's over now. It was a horribly elaborate prank. I was serious. Dutch is like coding the lyrics from cheek to cheek.
Yep. So it's not only in English, it's something that is an actual American reference.
Yeah.
So that if we see it, we'll go, hey, we're Americans. Says right here under truth on our character sheet.
Well,
It does. I mean,
type of thing that Dutch would do. Let's go see.
Yeah, you pull into the farmyard, and are you guys just going to sit in the car or in the little cheese truck or what?
do any of us know Morse code?
I mean, probably Valentino does for sure.
Probably we should
have
have learned at least
Probably
some of it
Blisco
during
does.
basic.
Yeah.
Why don't we try and send the next lyric by obscuring the lamp of the car?
So you're going to get out.
Yeah, we're trying to. Just like try and send a return code.
Okay, so you're outside. You're just parked outside the farm, and Blisco or Valentino gets out and stands in front of the car to send the message back. And sure enough, Dutch, you're sitting up there, and you're looking out, and you see Valentino get out of the car and put his hand in front of the headlamp and signal back a Morse code to you.
Oh, good. Climb down, turn the lamp off, climb down, head over to the car.
So we see Dutch approach.
Yep.
All right. Hey,
jazz aficionados, how's it going?
Going good.
Better now.
Yeah.
You guys know where Doc is?
Yeah, we got him too and back.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So, aside from 5 hours that we lost?
Yep.
We're more or less back on track.
Mm-hmm.
And about 100 miles off, or
sure,
however far the farmer said, from where you need to be. So
okay,
yeah, so you're
kilometers off, so it's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. 100 monies.
100 distance.
100 distance away. And so you guys are going to have to drive as fast as you can through the night to see if you can get to your destination on time.
Are you saying I have to drive all night?
I am saying that whoever is driving the car.
What do you mean whoever is driving the car? What do you mean whoever is driving the car?
Someday, Blisco's heroic adventures of driving all night will go on to inspire Celine Dion to ride. I drove all night.
Will plus resilience if you don't use your drive all night, D2, to see if you suffer any fatigue.
When you are operating a vehicle, you may use your vehicle skill instead of your resilience for any skill test to resist fatigue from exhaustion due to sleep deprivation.
All right. Roll it.
Said Will is the other one?
Yes.
Okay. I need to know what to add this 5 to. What's my difficulty?
D2.
D2?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good.
Hey, 1 success and 1 complication.
I shouldn't have said I was good.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to suffer a
That's
fatigue.
a rookie mistake.
Hubris.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hate to see that.
You need to suffer 1 fatigue.
Bucket.
And as you get closer to the city, now this is not a I don't know what the population. I think I saw some statistic that said at this point in history, Rhyme. Let me just double check. I want to say there was like 500,000 people in Rhymes at this time. Let me just check. 1936. Oh, sorry, 116,000 people.
Okay.
So it is a town of 116,000 people. It has a big cathedral in it. It's got some other things that are there. But the weird thing is, as you get closer to this kind of major metropolis, you all start to notice a very large Nazi presence. Like, more of the houses are covered in the red, white, and black flags. You start to see more patrols out on the street. And at one point, just outside the city limits, you're stopped by a patrol.
Mm.
And the German soldier walks up. So the patrol is, there's a roadblock, with a gate that goes up and down, one of those black and white little swingy wooden gates. Sandbags on either side of the road with barbed wire, and a little booth for the guy that's operating the arm. And then there are 2 guards on either side of the road. One of them, nearest the little shack, approaches you. Papers, please. Do you understand German, Blisco?
Nope.
Okay.
Shoot.
So he says something in German to you. Dutch, you understand what is being said, but you're in the back of the truck.
Yeah. Like, I'm hoping that Blisco paid attention during like Dutch's like I'm making fun of Nazis thing, where he would say things like "papers, please" and "jawohl" and like
He was not aggressive or anything, right? Like, just came up.
Oh, no, this is pretty, as aggressive as Nazis are.
Right,
So,
like,
Blisco and I are still in the cab?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably say back in French. I'm sorry, what's that?
And then you see the German just sigh and roll his German Nazi eyeballs. And then he's got some broken French, and he goes, "I want to see your papers."
Yes, sir, right away. And hand them over.
Okay, so he looks at them. He walks around the little tiny cheese truck, and he sees 2 people in the back. He nods, and then he goes to the back and looks at the license plate area, walks around the other side. He looks at you, Dutch, and says in German, "You look like a soaked rat."
what?
"What is your business?" He says in his broken French back to you. What is your business in Rhymes?"
Dutch will like speak in French pretty quickly. Be like, "We own a dairy farm. We're trying to get rennet. We're here to get rennet."
"Rennet?" And he kind of looks at the other soldier that's standing there, and he kind of shrugs his shoulders and shakes his head.
And like,
Man.
so Dutch will be like, he'll do like a thing where he's like milking a cow, and then he's like rennet, like he's putting it in, and then at the end he's like and then like whatever the German word is for cheese, which probably makes sense for a French person to know.
Okay.
Das fromage.
All right.
I don't know. They were occupied by France for years, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Roll me a persuasion plus Will.
Okay. Can
D2.
I use my...
Yes, you
my
can.
thing? Okay. Or what'd you say? Will and...
Persuasion and will. Yeah.
Success and a complication.
Ugh. Ugh. The man in the little booth is on the phone, and he comes stepping out. The rain stopped a while ago, so you guys don't have to worry about rain, and it is, mid-morning. He says, there's a report of parachute found in the field, and another report of a cheese truck that was stolen. We are supposed to be on the lookout for this. I have sent alerts to everyone in the city. What are these people doing here? They're coming to get something called something remit. Why are they wasting our time? Wave them through. We've got to be on the lookout for spies.
Mhm.
And now any stealth check that stupid Nazis, because Nazis are stupid. They don't understand. They don't make the connection that you're in a cheese truck or anything like that.
Right.
One of them does look at you, Valentino, like disgusting, dirty farmers, right? Because you're still covered in mud. And they wave you through without realizing that you are the ones that they're looking for. But for the remainder of this mission, all stealth rolls will now be D3s. Anything having to do with stealth will have to be a D3 because people have been alerted to your presence.
Okay.
We're going to fail some stealth rolls here, guys.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We got this.
You drive through the city. People are going about their business. Certainly there are Nazi flags everywhere. You see Nazis on the streets. You see signs for train station. And you arrive at the train station just in time to see the train pulling into the station. The train that you guys are looking for is here. Critical Hit Punch All Nazis is a production of Major Spoilers Entertainment and was produced and edited by me, Stephen Schleicher. If you would like to get a behind-the-scenes making of this episode, be sure to check out the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition at our Patreon page, patreon.com/Major Spoilers. Each week I discuss my plans for the upcoming game session, and Dr. Brad Will is there to share his reactions and advice on how to be a better game master. I will warn you, though, there are spoilers galore in every installment of the GM Roundtable Octoon Cthulhu Edition. So, if you don't like spoilers and don't want to know what I am planning next, don't listen to these episodes. Though, I will say, if you do listen, you'll be able to see how and where the players throw a wrench into my plans, and you're also going to have greater insight into the world that's being built into this campaign. Finally, we want you to record yourself doing your best on Critical Hit and send it to us at podcast@majorspoilers.com, and your voice will join the growing chorus of fans in upcoming episodes as well. Thank you again for listening this week, and here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2024 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.